Season started. I was trying to become a math teacher more in the Cleveland area. I was down in actually Athens, Ohio, teaching at a school called Federal Hocking High School. And I was applying all over, and I'm from the area originally, so I kind of knew. And I wasn't being picky. I was applying pretty much everywhere up here. And then when I got the interview at Avon, I ended up getting hired. And I followed the program, the football program, when I was in college. And I knew the city was booming and the academics were good. So, I mean, I was ecstatic. My wife, actually, coincidence, went to Avon, so I knew a lot about Avon already. And we used to talk in college about how just Avon, and I went to Olmsted Falls, so it was kind of just bantering back and forth. And I never knew I was going to get hired there, but I think when I finally got hired and I realized it was like really happening, I was excited. Like I couldn't have asked for a better place. I definitely wanted to get involved with extracurriculars from the start. That's why I loved the aspect of teaching and athletics. And I mean, that was a no-brainer. Like when I got offered to help with the football team, volunteer, it was just simple, say yes, and I was like, let's go. I mean, that definitely was the cherry on top when I got hired. I love the game of football. I mean, I think I love coaching more than the game of football. Like actually trying to get someone to learn something and then perfect it over a long period of time. I think I like that. But I mean, when you pair that with, I'd say, the greatest sport, then they go hand in hand. Yeah, I love both those things.
How about just the community support that you get for the program?
Oh, it's phenomenal. I reflect on it sometimes. Like every meal you think about it, you're like, wow, like the support we get from the community, the administration, everybody, the parents. I mean, you can't do this without that. And it's special. It's really special. And I think I appreciate that. I know the players appreciate it. The coaches appreciate it. So, I mean, that's something that I never take for granted, never will.
What's it like being on the sideline on a Friday night?
Oh, nothing better. It's the test day, right? You work all hard all off season, and you practice that week, the specific things that you want to obviously see, and then on Friday night you get to go out and watch the kids that you coach try to execute it, and there's nothing better. I mean, the excitement after a big play, momentum, that stuff just gets you goosebumps.
How about after a big win, too?
Oh, love it. Big wins are awesome. Who doesn't love big wins? I mean, big wins are great. You feel like you just, I don't know, accomplished something. You know what I mean? You worked all hard all week and a big win. This coach you. I mean, who doesn't like big wins? I mean, I don't know what to say about big wins. I like all wins. I think I appreciate them. I mean, I don't take anything for granted. I'm never going to take a win and be like, because a win's hard. I mean, we have a tough schedule, so I'm not going to look at any win and be like, that win was that. Dude, a big win, any win is awesome.
How nice is it being part of a winning program, too? I mean, you compete for a state championship every year.
Yeah, I guess I just kind of got on the tidal wave and I'm riding it, I'd say, right now. So I jumped on it when we were really good, and I'm just trying not to screw it up. So that's just kind of where I'm at right now. It's really nice.
How important is the relationships with the kids compared to the wins?
Oh, that's way more. I mean, I guess I'll tell you this. When I first started coaching, I was 22, 23. Not that I'm that old now. I'm only 29. But I mean, I was obsessed with just. And Coach Eller says it too. Just he talked to me about him after my first year coaching. I was obsessed with just getting the kids in the right spots and trying to win a football game. And you realize that you're not as an effective coach because the kids see through that. I mean, they look at you like you're just trying to use them to get a win. So when you actually develop the relationships, and then the X's and O's come with that, the players play way harder, and you actually enjoy coaching so much more. Like that was after my first year, I realized that. I didn't realize that. I mean, just naive. I was naive at the time.
What switched? Like when did you?
I talked to Coach Elder about it. He just, listen, it's not all about like develop a relationship, and they will play harder for you. It's not just, don't just think X's and O's and getting them in the right spot. We talked in the off season, and it clicked. You know what I mean? And I enjoyed coaching way more after that. Like you enjoy coaching so much more. You have fun. You have way more fun with it. It's something that I would tell any young coach that is obsessed with just getting the kids in the right spot.
From the first day I've been with the team, going back to 17, it seems like you are a fan favorite of the players. Because like every player challenge, it seems like they always pick.
Oh, the player, yeah, they did, yes. I don't.
Coach, they're amazing. It's Mulgrew.
I don't know. I think because I'm short and look unathletic, probably. So they probably thought I'm an underdog though. So I think my record in the player challenge has got to be pretty close to like 80%. So I think they haven't picked me as recently, the past couple of years. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they picked me.
Staff you have. It seems like you guys are all like best friends, and if you weren't coaching together, you'd probably be hanging out together. How important is that?
Oh, it's extremely important. I mean, you got to you got to trust the people you coach with, and I trust every single person on the coaching staff, and they're all my friends, and I love spending time with them. So, I mean, I think it's really important, and I don't take that for granted. That's why I love coming to work every day. And I think Coach Elder said it. I just realized it. He said it's a get-to job, and I get to hang out with these guys and coach football. I mean, there's nothing better. That's what I would just say to that.
I could make a reality TV show of Jim Mulgrew. He's a really good football coach. Like, he is a football junkie. Jim Mulgrew loves the game of football. He studies it. He's obsessed with it. When you listen to him and Coach Powell, I honestly think they could be a reality TV show with their bantering back and forth. But he had me at Hello, and his interview process, we hired him as a math teacher, and I remember that interview to this day. And he had 1 year of experience and was coming to us, and he is an Olmsted Falls grad, so I had to like him because we didn't hold that against him. He is certainly a guy who brings a smile to everyone's face who's around, and our players love him. He's really, really good offensive line coach. People coach for different reasons, right? And Jim certainly loves kids. That's prerequisite number one to coach at Avon. You better love your players. But he just thoroughly enjoys the game of football. And it takes a special guy to coach the offensive line. And him and Bill Fishley do a really good job of that. And they do a really good job of that on a team where the head coach was an offensive lineman and coached offensive line. So if there's any position I think I know a lot about, it's that one. So to be an assistant coach, you don't want to coach the position the head coach thinks he knows the most of, because you usually get the most criticism. With that being said, I've turned things over to Jim Mulgrew and Bill Fishley with 100% confidence, and I'm 100% confident that they know way more about me than O-line play. But he has that mindset and attitude that every lineman has to have. He's not asking for credit or glory. He knows that as the O-line guy, when the team's not playing well, he's going to get criticism. When they are playing well, the skilled position players will get the credit. And he doesn't care, because he just wants to get down and dirty and do the job that no one understands, no one respects, but he knows, and the players know. And so that the O-line is a certain fraternity, and I couldn't find a better leader of that fraternity than Jim Mulgrew.
Yeah.